Welcome back to the SA Weekly Talk Show. Mike Callahan, your host, live, answering a pre-submitted question on what is the workflow preferred in your office when we hit the spring rush. So the thing we're looking at is how do we go in and dial in a workflow for accountability and to be able to scale to $1 million and well beyond. So I was very, very lucky in the early years when Jonathan Potoshnik of the Lawn Care Millionaire invited me into the first service autopilot office for a roundtable. And during this roundtable, I went in with the one goal of asking Jonathan, what should my workflow, how should my office be set up to scale to $1 million and well beyond? At this point, we were just below $1 million or maybe a little past $1 million. But Jonathan's expertise of scaling his company CityTurf to approximately $10 million in annual revenue on a residential only basis at that point was very intriguing to me. And he used Service Autopilot, obviously, because he was the co-founder of Service Autopilot with John Caldwell. So I'm going to share with some of the things that I took from that roundtable with Jonathan, and then how I took that workflow into my business, Callahan's Lawn Care. And as a certified advisor of Service Autopilot, we help other people do this. So I'm going to kind of lift the hood of what a fully optimized office workflow looks like, whether you're lawn care, home cleaning, pest control, any service business, this is going to be applicable. And then how do we create a process and system around that to create accountability so the business owner isn't tied in as a glorified babysitter to manage these things. So as we do in traditional fashion, I'm going to flip the screen open and show you what we're looking at here. So this is something that we've been doing with one-on-one consulting or one-to-many consulting as a certified advisor. So what I've basically done is created a one of the many areas that we're going to look at. So in a business, there are, I like to call repetitive tasks or things that we need to go. So what's in the owner's head and how do we delegate and automate what should be done? So there's really 7 core areas in a business that can be delegated or automated. We're not going to look at automating here, folks. We're going to look at how do we create that workflow. But I'm going to show you our automations flow chart here really quickly so you can have some ideas of what I'm diving into here when I break down the workflow in a automated but really somewhat manual task inside SA. But the 7 areas in your business that you would be looking at for repetitive tasks for delegation for your office, the field staff, or even the owner are going to be sales, customer service, scheduling, billing, office manager, maintenance, and owner. And now that we've got these 7 core areas, we're looking at where can we go with this? Well, I'm going to look at that repetitive task as a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually thing that we need to create a systemized workflow or accountability. So I'm going to be going in later in this and kind of breaking down some examples. But if we have a customer service rep, a CSR, they want to maybe compile the complaints and compliments list from our surveys, emails, and check the voicemail. So there's a whole bunch of things that we can be diving in here. KPIs, our key performance indicator report. So do we have all the information ready for our daily huddle for accountability? I'm going to go into more of this in detail later, but I kind of want to give you an idea of what are the 7 areas of the business that I recommend going in and defining workflow. So they're going to be sales, customer service, scheduling, billing, office manager, maintenance, and owner. So we're going to go in and take a look at the office workflow, particularly for that CSR, that customer relationship person in your business. Now, if you are the solo entrepreneur running the field in the office, this is things that you probably should be doing. Or if you have multiple people in your office staff or a virtual assistant like Pink Callers, these are the things that I'm going to recommend that you set the workflow for success each and every time. So first thing I'm diving to is what are the daily tasks the CSR, the customer service rep, needs to be doing each and every day. Now, this seems absolutely obvious, but it may not be obvious for your office staff, or if you're not in the office and you're out in the field and you have an office staff. These are the things I recommend that you really, really dial in and define for your service business. So the daily tasks are answer the phone, create tickets or to-dos or tasks. I'm going to show you how the ticket workflow, but we want to answer the phone. We want to create tickets for follow-up or estimates or compliments, complaints, or damage, anything that needs to be followed up on or documented. And in my opinion, if it's not documented, it never happened. So this is one of the big things that I learned from my masterminds group with Garrett Matthews and Chad Cranston, that Garrett's background was in the fire department, and he was really big in the chain of command and documenting things. So that was something I gleaned from Garrett, and I basically said, if it wasn't documented, it wasn't happen. And that's how we're going in and documenting these things. I'm going to show you how we do this in my business, in businesses, and how you can do this in Service Autopilot with the V3 tickets as well. So we want to go, the admin, first of all, is first 2 or 3 rings. We want to answer the phone. We want to create a ticket or a note or an email based on what comes in from that call. We're going to check and return our voicemails on a regular basis. Once again, we're documenting, we return those voicemails, make those calls. We're going to go in and check our tickets. They used to be to-dos under CRM tickets. We're going to assign the tickets that are unassigned. So yes, some of these tickets, depending on the way you have Service Autopilot set up, it may not be completely set up yet. And that's understandable. And I've been on both sides of this equation. But we want to assign these tickets that are unassigned to estimates and upsells. So in this opinion, if I'm in here, this may be Mike. They're assigning the estimates upsells to me, or the complement and complaints or damages. So this may be the owner and manager, but we're going to define the role that we're assigning these tickets to. So it is a standardized process of how we're delegating. 1, estimates. We're going to create a service or package. Manager routes and dispatches, or maybe the estimator does, whatever that looks like in your business. So we want to clearly define, is the CSR creating the service or package and the manager's routing dispatching, or is it being assigned to create the service and route to the manager or whoever that is? So we want to define who's setting up the package and who's routing and dispatching. Finishing tickets on all the tickets we touch. So we're going to go in, and every ticket we finish, we need to have a comment in there. I'm going to show you some examples of what we're looking at there. How do we do that? On a daily basis, I'm recommending the CSR, or whoever that is in your business, reviews yesterday's closeout day screen. So closeout day screen for success. We want to filter down to the resource or the crew. In essay as it is in this video right now, it's called teams, but we want a start and stop time. We want to make sure the appropriate people are assigned to that crew. So start and stop times that make a sense. So when they're clocking in and out at mobile, we got a start time and a stop time that makes sense. They should be clocking in and out of the non-billable drive time. That's not going to be obvious on the closeout day screen, but that's something we need to be checking through the report center. But clock in and clock out, a budgeted time and a price. So if you have installment billing, we need to make sure those jobs are being connected to the contract for installment billing. And then when it is, we can set the price and budgeted time. Once again, no data in, no data out. So we need that budgeted time and price on each and every one of those jobs. So as you scroll down, you got start and stop times, budgeted time, and amount that's billed out. Now, once we have that, I'm recommending your CSR reports this out to either the salesperson and definitely the manager and definitely the owner, depending on the size of the business. If not anything else, your CSR or your virtual assistant on a daily basis, the end of each day or the beginning of the next day, should be reporting out your daily versus actual and the sales total. Now, if you're doing design build or anything with materials, in the column tab on the closeout day screen, we can create a saved view, but we want our actual time and our variance and maybe the remaining area, column when you check those off, so you know how much time's remaining in the job for a multi-day job. And you may want the total for the revenue and the product separately, so you can say, what was my revenue total for labor and what was my product total separately. So you have your budget versus actual time and your sales total, potentially your product total broken out separately. That's going to create transparency and accountability that you know you're hitting your budgeted time or not. And then eventually we want to start sharing out that data with our teams for accountability with quality control. So that is what we're going to be doing in here, doing that report and emailing that to the management team, and a review of yesterday's closeout day screen where all the jobs done. And if not, the CSR or the manager need to reschedule those. And like I said, start and stop time for each job, budgeted time and price. We take all of this and we do a weekly or a daily report via email. So at the end of the day, the business owner can pull up this phone, look at their email or on this computer and say, yes, this is my budget. This is my actual. These are my total sales. What's my revenue per man hour? And here's my product total. Now that's a clean shot of everything you need for success. And we're going to create this on a daily workflow for that CSR. So they're answering the phone, they're checking voicemails, they're returning emails, they're creating tickets. The ones that are assigned, they're unassigned, they're assigning to the right person. I'm also going to suggest that CSR go in on a daily basis and go in and see, what of these tickets are past due, and also report out on that and give a little virtual or in-person nudge to the person who's got that past due. So we've got accountability. And then we're going to schedule new work that's won. We're going to follow up on sales call and any additional objectives. So the big three. So if you've been watching any of my videos, we're talking about a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. So if you're doing EOS or culture building, just like we did, we went out and we created a BHAG, this big, hairy, audacious goal. That was our 10 to 15 year mission. We broke those down into yearly goals and then quarterly goals, basically quarterly tops. And then each person got assigned a big three or division. And each person was accountable for 3 strategic things that drove into that quarterly goal, that drove into the yearly goal. So if you don't track and set forward where you're going, you're never going to get there. So the idea is, on a big three, the salesperson may be reporting out on sales stats such as new closed sales, basically new clients, existing client or canceled clients, and net new clients. So that may be one of the big three, is covering new client acquisition versus churn and total net gain. Another one may be following up on sales calls. So their goal is by the end of each day to follow up on each sales call within 24 or sales estimate within 24 hours. So that could be going in and tracking that in that big three. But that big three now could be included. Each team member posts that in a Google Sheet. So everybody can see with transparency if everybody's getting their jobs done. But that CSR in there should be tracking that big three and kind of compiling that data. So we go into our weekly huddle on Monday or Tuesday. It's a 10 to 15 minute virtual or in-person standing meeting where everybody reports out their big three, and we go into that. So we're going to create a workly rhythm. So Monday, I recommend kind of going into your daily tasks. So this is that CSR again, your office workflow. We're going into collection calls, our accounts receivable, overdue accounts. We're making phone calls. We're sending our warning emails. We're sending our final email and call. And then we're going in and pausing services. We're going to collect the data for our Tuesday weekly meeting and fill out the weekly meeting sheet. So how many people are going in here? And I'll break this down here, but if we're sticking on AR, how many people are current? How many are 1 to 30 past days due, 31 to 60, and 61 to 90, and past 90? Now, if they're past 90, we want to go in and track the paused and reactivated service. So who's paid? We got to reactivate them. And collections or writing off bad debt is going to be emailed out. So that is a way to do that. And then we're going to email that out to the owner. So the owner knows what's going on. Every Tuesday after that meeting, if they're not there, and if they're there, it's just a recap of the meeting. In addition to that weekly meeting, we want a budget versus actual and sales total, and that's going to be all of your main people, so your main management group. And a past week's report, so new clients, canceled clients, and net new or lost clients. So those are kind of these big three that I recommend that would be a good start. So you're doing your past week report, a budget versus actual total sales and products, your past week report of new clients, canceled clients, net new gain or loss, and then an AR report for your financials. Those big three are my suggested ones that you want to go in. So we're going to show you how to build this out in Service Autopilot. But this is kind of creating that workflow for that CSR. Like, what do I have my office person do? Well, this is a great start. So the owner, what are they reporting on? The managers, what are they reporting on? The CSR, what are they reporting on? So that Tuesday meeting, and I put it on Tuesday because Monday for that CSR, if they're tackling the collections there, then they have the most up-to-date data. If not, their collection for last week should be a Thursday or Friday, and we're having the meeting Monday to report out on that. So totally up to you workflow-wise, where you go. And then we're going to set a weekly and daily cadence for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What's going on with that office? And we've got some things that just came in Service Autopilot with a brand new payment portal. Well, we got information that we need to give to that CSR because some people may have a hard time logging in. So what are the merge links? How do we put these into a standardized document? So we've got standardized data that's probably in the business owner's head or the help center in SA. We're going to get that out and put it in a very easy way to grab. And the new help tab on the bottom right of Service Autopilot is a great resource as well because it's all right there at your fingertips. I'm going to touch on the wiki and some other things as well to support that office staff. Now, when we go into Service Autopilot, so basics here, we go to our CRM tickets to dos. and there's areas where we set filters. But what I'm going to do first is just go in and add a ticket. So there's different types of tickets. So a call is literally going into basically track a call. But I'm going to pull up a test client here and actually show you on the lead. So once we've got this test account here, I'm going to go into V2 right here, and that's where I'm going to play. Now, tickets can be run out of V2 or V3. As far as the workflow training right now, most members are working in V2 right now. So that's where I'm going to kind of drive this. But if we're going into our test client, under the More tab, we can go in and add a call or note. So that's the easiest way in V2, in my opinion, to get to it. Otherwise, you're under that CRM ticket screen. But what we're going to do is go in and add a call or note. And that is going to give us the ability to create this workflow. So we'll give this a minute here. It's storming out here in upstate New York, so it may take a second. The trees are whipping around here. So let me see if I can get this to go here. All right, there we go. So we're going to go in and add a note or call. So kind of as I talked about earlier, there's basically 3 or 4 different types of tickets. So the call is going to document a call that you made. So that documentation of that it happened. An email is automatically going to create a ticket in the activity screen, but it's going to be a closed ticket. But you have that audit trail of what happens. We're going to document what happened. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to make this as a note, and I'm going to select this as an estimate. And this is going to be a lawn mowing estimate. Now, this could be an estimate for any service, home cleaning, whatever you want. And for simplicity, I'm just going to put this in here. I'm going to say lawn mowing estimate. Watch out for dog in the backyard. So we're picking up the call. We're picking up the call that it's coming in. This is an existing client that wants a lawn mowing estimate. Maybe they're just doing fertilization, or it's a new lead that comes in. Once we create that lead, we're going to create the ticket to go out and create that estimate process for accountability. So we're going to go in and hit save. And now that we have this, this is going to open up the ticket. Now, there's a lot of different options here on the left that we can drive things off of and hit edit. What I'm going to recommend here in the workflow that I use in my business is we're going into the lawn mowing estimate, and all the information here has literally populated here, okay? Now, if you went to the left, there's some extra clicks that you may need. So the streamlined workflow that I like is I go to the bottom here and create a follow-up event and click on that. And when I click on that down here, there's a date. I don't know if you can see that or not with the thing scrolling here, but it says on March 29th. So I click on the date, and that's going to pop up this ticket. Now, the body of it is already in there. So there's no double entry. There's no extra clicks. That's pretty streamlined. I like it. Now I'm going to go in and set a start date. And I'm going to say, well, if the estimate came in on Friday, I want to do within 24 hours if we're working Saturdays. So I'm going to set the start date so the estimator can grab it today if they want it. Otherwise, it's due by the end of the day Saturday or the end of the day Monday if you're not working weekends. I can say in that estimate's probably going to give that estimator 15 minutes, and I can assign it to whoever I want in the business. I'll assign it to myself, and this is anytime. So this is traditionally most maintenance businesses. I'd recommend this is how you would actually do this because we want to go by and do as many estimates as possible. So my business in the spring season, we're pumping out 35 to 40 estimates a day. So doing appointment times really is not scalable. And these tickets now can be routed off the dispatch board for optimization. But if you need maybe an appointment for going in and looking at an on-site estimate for a house, for home cleaning, and you're getting into the house, or design build worth maybe it's a $100,000 appointment, like possible job, like you may want an appointment time, and that's cool. We can go in and click that, and then we can set the date and time where it starts and ends. So it gives you that flexibility. I really like that. I'm going to click in the anytime because that's kind of where I'm living. Now you can't see, actually, let me pop these over here. So under this little help tab, you can kind of see my cursor. There is, if you click behind it, it says never. And I'm going to bump this over here in a minute so you can see the screen better. But basically, it says repeat never weekly on a Monday, every 2 weeks, the 29th of the month, or custom repeat. If I hit custom repeat, I can have a repeating thing going. So if I'm doing equipment maintenance, if I'm doing payroll, calling in payroll, if I'm doing sales tax, all those repetitive things that we were talking about for your CSR here could be automated. And what should happen will always happen without the business owner having to babysit and manage. So your KPIs for the month, review your sales and issues, whatever that is, prepare payroll for the week, monthly report on work billed and accounts receivable, taxes that need to be paid this quarter. All those things can be broken down now. So get all that stuff out of your head, get it in the system, and leverage the power of the software to manage the repetitive workflow. This is where time starts to get bought back. Now, you can automate all this obviously as well, and we do that for people, but if you're baby stepping this in, I highly implore you to just take this step, because this is huge. But we can go in and customize this, and under that, we can set this up. So I'm going to say it never repeats, and I'm going to pump the screen back down now, but if you're wondering where it is, that's in the bottom where my picture is in the corner here as I flip this back down. So I'm going to go right below the picture and hit. And actually, I am going to pop this open so you can see this a little better. I'm going to go in and hit next. And I'm going into the next area. So that brings this up again. I've got my follow-up event on the bottom. And then ticket status says open, on hold, pending, or closed. So it's open. This is assigned to me. So I'm going to hit the save button. And now that is assigned from the office. So if we're going back to our workflow on a daily basis, we are going in and creating tickets to assign estimates, complaints, and damage to like myself or the owner or manager. That's how we're tracking that. Now we've set a due date, and the SA did a beautiful job, Service Autopilot, kind of explaining when tickets first came out that it's kind of like this imaginary folder where everything's inside it. Because now I can go in and literally add an estimate in here. I can track my emails, my notes, my calls, my events. So as this is happening now, I can go in as the estimator, and let me open up another screen here. So I can go to scheduling. Let me see what this is. So this is on 326. So I can go on to scheduling dispatch jobs and go out and route all this and optimize it. So if I don't have set time frames, that's doable. Now, if I do have set time frames, I can go into potentially this dispatch calendar where it's got broken down all the different chunks, and I can see the open slots and non-open slots. It's going to give you this visual granularity that, at least in my businesses, I crave. I want to see where that is. But now I've got this weekly lawn mowing estimate right here, and I can click on it and go in and show map. And now if it was only one estimate, that's fine. But if I had 30 or 40 estimates there, I can go in and optimize just like I do a mowing route. And now the estimator is going in with their mobile phone and driving through that and clicking in and out of these basically jobs, but they're tickets, and they're driving the whole entire system. So you created an on-site estimate form, they're clicking it in through the mobile. All that is getting driven in a customizable way. And on the dispatch board, if the estimator is clocking in and out of the drive time, you could see whether they're on site or driving to the next estimate. So if somebody calls and said, hey, how's my estimate coming? Well, it looks like he's got 2 ahead of you. He's on his way, probably be in the next half hour, 45 minutes. That's going to give your CSR more power in the office without having to bother the estimator all day if somebody's calling wondering where they're at and their process. So once you're going into this ticket, you can go in and click on it. Now, what I'm recommending is you can have a follow-up event here in the bottom, but the idea here is a ticket, in my opinion, is never closed until it's done. So imagine this is damage, or this is a sales follow-up call. So in 20 days to close our automated estimate file, there's a complete call script here with accountability. So, hey, call Mrs. Smith. It's been 3 days since we dropped off our lawn mowing estimate. If she says the price is too high, this is what to say to overcome that sales and price objection. If she becomes a client, do this in Service Autopilot. If she doesn't become a client, do this in Service Autopilot. If she says the price, or I'm still shopping, I'm not sure if I'm going to hire you or not, do this in Service Autopilot. So once again, even inside the ticket, we are standardizing a workflow. So whether it's your virtual assistant, you, or someone in your office, you're getting the same results and predictability. But the key thing is, I'm recommending you throw some asterisks in here or something, whatever it is standard in your business, and talk to client about price, emailed estimate, right from the side of the road, so they have it. And she is not ready to buy. Getting a few more estimates. Now, anybody that goes in there knows that I talked to the client about the price. I emailed the estimate, and she's not ready to buy. She's getting a few more estimates. So now we have all the knowledge in the estimator's head and the office head in this documentation. So if there was a damage problem, a damage case, you could say, hey, I talked to the vendor, getting a quote. Where are we at? We've got the quote from the vendor, and we've ordered the parts in the work order to get the damage fixed. We're on a 20 days to close sales script, LVM, left voicemail, talk to client, whatever that is, document it. And then we're not going to create a follow-up button, but behind my little picture here, there's a ticket status of open. I'm going to move that ticket status here, right here, to closed and hit save. But my opinion is a business owner, it is not acceptable, and it is not closed, no matter whether the office puts closed or not, until it is physically commented on, because I can come back 2 hours from now or 2 years from now, and I can see exactly what happened. This is going to protect you and create accountability and systems in your business. This was absolutely huge in my business as we scaled to $1 million and well beyond. I want to say what's up to Deborah, Molly, Kevin, and Henry C. James watching. Any other comments or questions, please put them in here. I'm happy to answer those. I'm going to see just on the Ruse feed if there's anything else. But basically, we're going in and driving that in, and I'm going to hit save and close that ticket out. Now we can go back in and open this ticket if we need it. But the idea is we need to set up some kind of system, and I'm recommending tickets to track it. But we're going to track our daily tasks, what is expected every day, no matter what, in that office. We're going to answer the phone. We're going to create tickets to follow up or document phone calls. We're going to check our voicemail and return the calls. We're going to check our email and return the calls. We're going to create tickets under CRM tickets. We're going to assign the tickets that are unassigned if they come in unassigned. If you're building automations, you should be assigning this to a particular role or person in the business. That's a process that we do every day. That's a certified advisor. But if you haven't done that, dive in, spend some time dialing that in. Estimates or upsells, who they assign to in the business. Complaints and damage, who they assign to. Internal tickets for the owner or manager. One estimate process, loss estimate process, and going in and creating a review of yesterday's work. If anything was not done, where are we rescheduling it? Are there start and stop times with a budgeted time and a price? And then we want to report out to all the key management people, budget versus actual with product total and sales total separately. And we want to go in and have a total net effector. And then we would also in that reports, put any notes in there about new scheduled work, jobs won, and follow up on your sales call and report on your objectives of your big three. And then we're going to break this down into so that's happening daily, every day. And then we're breaking Monday through Friday, what that looks like. So on Monday, maybe we're doing collection calls, accounts receivable phone calls, warning emails, final email calls, and pausing services. And if people are making their payments, we reactivate them. So we're going to go in and talk about that. Next thing is we're going to collect the data for our weekly meeting. We're going to go in and have it all hands on meeting at 3 p.m. or 8 a.m., depending on your office and chaos getting the crews out. And we want to look at I'm suggesting the first three that you look at is our past week report. So we got our budget versus action for all of last week. We've got our past week report for new clients, canceled clients, and net new. And then accounts receivable reports for current 1 to 30, 31 to 60, 61 to 90, and past 90. And anybody who were paused or reactivating. In addition, what are we sending to collections and writing off for bad debt to get our accounting team in? And what's the owner reporting out and what's the manager reporting out outside of the CSR. Now, you may have multiple of those people, but those are probably the three big headers. And you may have a crew leader or someone who manages the crews in those as well. Then I'm recommending you go in and grab your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And payment portal is fresh and new. A lot of people are asking about that. Your office may not be aware of what the links are. So if we had our new payment portal information here, what I'm going to do is not keep that in my head, but I'm going to go in to the gear or the little avatar here and go to the Wiki. And I'm going to go in and create a Wiki for that. So this is everything that's in your head. So I'm going to go in and add a Wiki page and paste this in here. And this is the new portal information, client portal information for the document editor. These are all the merge fields, and these are the new ones you need to use. So what I would do is hit save, and now anybody on my team is not calling me as a business owner or manager. They can go into the wiki and get all the information they need. So once again, this is a central knowledge database where you can take what's in your head and drive it in there. So you can kind of see some of the ones here. New employee tax and payroll, paperwork for SimpleGrowth. New office training automated system, payroll specialist. Who are they? Team appointment link, and some other things that we need in here. So these are different ideas that you could start using in your business that we found great success. But the office workflow needs to be documented out and kind of flow charted here. And then we're driving into those CRM tickets to create accountability. Now, the last thing and final thought here is we want to go in and create some saved filters. Now, this is per user, the last I checked, but we could go in and add a filter. So as an admin, the things that I'm looking to do at first is going to do is what are the tickets past due? And update the filter. And then we're going to save that filter. Next one we're going to do is go in and by assignment contains and who we assign to or who does it not assign to. So is it assigned to everybody? Or is it unassigned? So these are different filters that you may want to start driving into. Kick it categories. So are we going in and having an account issue, accounting? What are those different things? Estimates. So we can start to filter in based on the role and save those in. That is probably the best thing that I can recommend is kind of segment these out, save these filters per user because it's going to be different per user. And we can really drive that in. And if you have not gone into ticket categories, is what to-do tickets used to be, but categories, but you really want to just go in and update or just review what your ticket categories are before you dive into this. And these would be some of the ones we had, but quarterly to-do, daily to-do, weekly to-do, upsell, sales call, estimate, follow-up. What are those different ones? Damage, things like that. But we want to drive what is the things happen every day, what's happened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then drive into so you've handled your daily and weekly, you want to do your quarterly and annually. And now we've got a whole roadmap for the next 12 months. So comments or questions, drop them below. But SA Weekly Talk Show coming back at you. Office workflow for success. This is not going to be built overnight. Don't go haphazardly and build this without thinking about it. But the idea is you want to include your team, have a quick meeting. I know we're in the spring season right now or the rush of 2021, but if you can get off site for a half a day, a quarter day, a couple hours and dial this in, the hours that you spend now will save hundreds of hours over the next 365 days. So once again, Mike Callahan, your host, SA Weekly Talk Show, bringing you content and answering your questions regarding the service industry and how to implement them inside Service Autopilot. We'll see you again next week, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. SA Weekly Talk Show, your host, Mike Callahan. And depending on the schedule, either next week or the week after, we will be having a guest host, heavy hitter, Debbie Sardone of Cleaning Business Fundamentals. Debbie runs a multi-million-dollar cleaning company in Texas. And every time we have Debbie in, there is something to be learned from any industry that you're in. But Debbie is an absolute powerhouse and one of the top consultants in the cleaning industry. So I want to get a little love to the cleaning industry next week or the week after. But no matter your industry, if there's one you don't want to miss, Debbie Sardone, Cleaning Business Fundamentals, and the owner of Buckets and Bows Maid Service out in Texas. So we'll see you again, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, next Friday. SA Weekly Talk Show, Mike Callahan. We'll see you again next week right here.